Yeah. Just wanna be rich, just wanna be rich.
It's made forever Sy. It's my man gohardmikelee, and this Sit Down with Sy.
Season just wanna be rich, just wanna be rich. Yeah. Just wanna be rich, just wanna be rich. Just wanna be rich, just wanna be rich. Get the bitch I want. Just wanna be rich, just wanna be rich. Get the crib I want. Just wanna be rich, just wanna be rich.
So look, all right. Last time I seen you was DMV versus, right? Right. Can you just talk to me about that experience and like how you prepared for that moment and all of that?
Yeah, DMV versus was dope. JD the Junior, shout out JD, Jet Major. He put on the verses. That's like a constant series that he's doing. And he reached out to me and asked if I would be on the verses, and told me who I would be going against. Dope artist Trojan. It was Trojan, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
His name Trojan. He's dope. And the first thing that I did, I think I just went to listen to Trojan's music, and then I went to his page to see like what type of person he was, like to see like, do I think he gonna turn up? What do I think he gonna do? And like I looked at his page and he had like performances and stuff on there, and like for the most part like he would turn up, but he like, you know, was cool and chill, and his music was real like vibes and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I got music that's like that too, and first I was like, maybe I should like vibe battle, you know what I'm saying? Like the battle of the vibes, you know what I'm saying? But I just was like, energy is my thing. So I was like, I'ma just energy him to death. You know what I'm saying? Energy the crowd, and like going to the crowd, because like I was watching his performances and I was like, the crowd would be rocking with him. And I was like, okay, well, he definitely has, you know, crowd participation, but like I'll go out into the crowd and like I'll get in people's face and I'll like just, my energy just go crazy. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was kind of like my method. Like that's what I just, you know, looked at his music, his videos, and you know, went from there.
Speaking on impacting the crowd, you definitely brought that pressure. Like I told you that day, if you ain't slip up in like that second song, you would have 5-0'd that nigga. Right. Like it was bad. But going back to your face show, I think it's called like Face Showcase or something, like in 2016.
Oh, the Faces Showcase, yeah.
Yeah, the Faces Showcase in 2016. Yeah. Like going back to then and then fast forward into the DMV versus, like how did you sharpen up your performance skills?
I kept performing, going different places, making it more of a workout, a routine, watching other people perform, going to bigger shows. Yeah. And seeing how people command the stage, finding artists that, you know, I don't just look at and be like, oh, you're just another artist. Like actually being like, nah, I see why they're gonna make it. Like I see that, and then being like, okay, well, you know, what are they doing? Like how can I use that to gain my own creative ideas and perform better? And you know, because you'll see somebody perform, but you might be like, I don't do that, but it's the energy. Or it's not the energy, it's his engagement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so.
And like, that's what I paid attention to the most. Like I seen you had a level of confidence on that stage and you let your presence be known. It wasn't like you was just up there reciting the lyrics. Like you were definitely engaging with the crowd. You definitely came off the stage. You tried to get as active. And I was like, damn, like, that's that pressure for real. Like you felt the intensity as if it was like a versus that Timberland and Swiss put on.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I love the energy, no matter. And one thing that I learned, I don't know who said it first, but it's like it don't matter if it's 5 people in the crowd or 500 people in the crowd. Like just, you know, do it like it's 5 million people in the crowd, and that's kind of how I feel. I be on stage to kind of like, somebody asked me, you know, what it feel like to be on stage, and it's like I think it's literally like scoring a touchdown. Like hitting a 3, you know what I'm saying? Like dunking on somebody. Like that's how I feel. And it's like, so if I get the opportunity to be on stage, it's like I get to dunk on somebody for 5 minutes, or as long as I got my set. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For 20 minutes, whatever. So nah, I definitely don't. It don't be getting caught up in like actually reciting the lyrics. But that's another thing too. I started like renting out like studios and practicing.
Okay.
And practicing at home. Because when you don't have to think about the words at all, you can really just feel the moment.
Yeah.
And that's what I like.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit, just to give them a little bit of backstory. I know you from PG, right?
Yeah. I'm from PG and Charles County.
PG
and DC.
Okay, DMV then.
Yeah. Yep.
Talk to me about just how growing up you was introduced into rap, into hip hop, and how you fell in love with it, and how all of that translated into this point right here.
Typical rebellion. Mom didn't want me, like single mom household. Grandma living there. We in Palmer Park, and it's like I think she just was like, I can't let him get into stuff that's going to cause him to like get snatched up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like real overbearing with stuff.
Yeah.
And I understood, like, I didn't want to stress her out, but I was like, I can't, she doing too much. So I sneak out and I go places that I shouldn't, and I listen to, stuff, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, just listening to the radio. So I think it really just started out because she would keep like certain music, certain shows and stuff like that away from me. I just would like dive into it more. You know what I'm saying? So music was one of those things that it was like it was being kept from me, and I'm like, well, it must be pretty powerful. You know what I'm saying? If you really try and keep this away from me this much, like she'd be like, you can't watch Living Single or something because I'm too young, but she wasn't going hard like how she was going hard on You Can't Listen to Tupac. Right. Yeah. So I was like, this gotta be very powerful. So, and then when I would listen to it, it was like, I know it was a feeling, so I understood that it was powerful. And then, I did everything I feel like that a young, man did, like sports, music, after school activities, church stuff. My mother had me in everything. Yeah. Except music.
Yeah. So
it drew me in more. And then when Fruity Loops came out and everything like that, somebody that I knew had Fruity Loops, we just, started rapping. I was good at it, and
it was on.
It was on ever since then.
Do you remember like the first artist you heard on the radio, or like the first CD cover you came across, or
the first artist probably was Biggie.
Yeah.
It was probably Biggie. No, I'm lying. It was Big. It was Big G and all that.
Okay, it was Big G. Yeah. See, like for me, it was like the radio. So like
But they was on the radio.
But see, I didn't have like the same way you say that like Miles wasn't really trying to push you in that direction. I'm not gonna say it was the same thing for me. It just I was going in that direction, but I ain't had no guidance in it. So I'm hearing people, and I'm not really knowing who they are, but I still got my ear to it. So like I'm hearing Biggie. Like I remember finding the Lil' Kim cover, like in Mom's bedroom. Yeah. So I'm like, like what is this? Like I'm on this now. Yeah. Like, and then like that transitioned into Cash Money and T.I. and then just like all of that stuff would play on the radio before I really got my hands on a hard CD for real.
I feel like Biggie was. I'm glad it was Biggie because Biggie really helped me like the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what I started liking first was the samples.
Yeah, because he had the samples, he had the R&B hooks.
Yeah, it wasn't
the hits, and it was like the
other
shit.
I didn't start liking like the aggression till DMX. My man, let me hear Flesh of My Flesh, and it was like, okay, that was my introduction into like the darker, depths of rap, and I could understand why older people, my mom, would be like want to keep those type of words and statements away from me. But I don't know what it was. It's probably God. It's probably just my cloth. From a young age, I was like, I understood it. I was like, I don't think they're doing this. DMX was doing it.
Yeah.
But like, as a whole, everybody that's rapping can't be doing this because the hip-hop police would be literally arresting the artists every day. Like, they telling on themselves. But everybody they didn't get that. And I was like, the entertainers, it must be the people around it. Like something about this is real.
Yeah.
And then it was Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh yeah, when 50 came out.
When 50 was like making fun of Ja Rule and like, he's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the niggas around him. And lo and behold, he was.
I think for me, like, especially like with my grandmother, like she was heavy on the church. So like she would always tell me like, this genre of music ain't gonna last. Like, just because she's looking at it through like the outside world. Like the rap music was like a different world to her. Like she's going outside of what we really living and breathing every day. And she know that the streets is connected to hip hop and niggas ain't lasting in the streets.
Right.
So ain't no way the music gonna last. And just to be able to make it to this point and it resonate so much to the point where like even with my daughter now, like I play stuff and her back just automatically get to move, and it's like I'm like, okay, like I really understand the power in this, and it's passed on through generation, but it's just the rhythm in the music.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because as a segue, like as I got like older and was doing the music, like I kind of had to like figure out like what my purpose was in the music, because it's like I understood that it's like you gotta have a reason to be doing the music. You gotta have like a basis of like who you are as an artist. And I was like, yeah, I feel like I know too much to not be like the artist that wanna like just put the medicine in the candy. Like I wanted to sound amazing, I want the aesthetic to be amazing, but I don't ever want people to like get lost in like thinking either I'm something that I'm not, or that I'm like a darker version of what I actually am. Yeah. So I'm glad that you said like, you know, being in the church and like just purpose and like it matters, because people cause now people are looking at music as just a lick. And anytime something just becomes a lick,
there's no integrity with it.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm definitely glad you brought that up. I was going to ask you, how did you find your identity in this? I told you last time that one of the lines that stuck out to me the most was, I picked up a mic before I picked up a gun. So like with the way that our culture and our genre of music is leaning towards now, like with the drill and all of that, and it's kind of moved away from the creativity side of it. Like, how do you just stay even, like, stay yourself, like, just stay grounded, stay humble, and be like, look, no, I'm going to make what I want to make, I'm going to make it how I want to make it, and then I'm going to let the people decide, and I'm going to see how they react to it.
I think I stay like that because the message is the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's why. Because it's more, and people don't believe this, but it's more of us that's not like literally going outside and risking our life every day over blocks that we don't own. It's more of us that's not doing that, and that's raising kids that don't want them to do that. Yeah. Then it's unfortunately people that unfortunately are wrapped up in that. So I'm like, I want to talk to them. Okay. And like, yo, you're not alone. Don't fall into the peer pressure. You can live your life and experiment and take calculated risk and see what things are about without crashing out.
Absolutely.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think I want to talk to those people that either nobody told them, like, there's an in-between, there's a lot of in-between crashing out and square.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think so. I just want to talk to everybody in there.
But I think that gets lost a lot in the oversaturation of everything.
It's the media. Yeah, bruh. This is calculated. They wanted to be like that. Yeah. And they got they. And when I say they, I mean the media. I mean the 7 billionaire trillionaire companies that are controlling what we watch and what we read. They want it to be like that. It's just a normal part of the system. And we making a big noise about it, or we actually not, but the people who know what's going on is trying to make a big noise about it and let people know. But to them, it's just a little kink in the system.
So how much do you think of that is actually by design, or how much of it is like how I mentioned my daughter earlier, like she's just picking up on the rhythm?
Yeah.
She don't know.
It's all by design. She's picking up on the rhythm. The rhythm is the pure thing.
Yeah.
She's picking up on the rhythm. That's what's pure. But the people who want to control the way that you think, the first thing that you do when you wake up, the last thing that you do when you go to sleep, you know, when you get anxiety, what you turn to, those people, they want to control that pure thing. So they gonna find the person who makes great pure things. You know, the Chris Browns, and I'm not saying Chris Brown. I'm just saying like
you just giving examples.
I'm using him as an
top.
example. Yeah, so they'll find a person that has that natural rhythm and understands that they can control the masses, and they just get to them first.
Yeah,
they just get to. That's why Shaq said what he said about Kyrie. That's why Charles Barkley said what he said about Kyrie, because they been got to them. They been Shaq. No matter how cool they tried to make it seem like he was, he never really did shit that you was like, that's some real shit.
Yeah. But
you can have all the businesses in the world, but when a brother is getting mutilated in the media, when has he ever been like, and I'm just using, that's just an example. There's plenty of people that's not going to speak up because they don't want their bag to get affected. But to answer your question, it's all systematic, all of it. The music and the pure part, that's separated. But you know, the people in power, they're gonna use that.
All right, well, staying on the music, like just staying on how we grew up and our influences and what brought us here to this day. Tell me some of your influences growing up. Like I know you said X, he was a big one. I know you said Biggie was one of the first people you heard, but like who really helped you? Like help give you direction in terms of sound, in terms of flow, in terms of cadence. Like okay, like this how I need to attack that song. This how I need to attack that verse.
DMX, Method Man, Biggie, Pop, Future. When you said cadence, like. Yeah, that's what helped me understand what cadence was.
Future?
Yeah, because I didn't go to school for music or anything, and I would just listen to Future. I'd be like, what is it? Like, what is it? I'm drawn like Monster, 56 Nights, all them jumps.
And I say cadence because it was a time to where as though music transitioned. So it was how it originally started out or how we were introduced to it. So that's that Biggie to DMX to Jadakiss to Fab and other people that I love like Wayne, Tip, Plies, Boosie,
Currency.
Yeah, but then once you get Currency kind of came before, but once you get to the Wiz era, that's like a little bit after the Soulja Boy era, and then that's when it started to change from like gangster rap to like backpack rap, or backpack rap became more mainstream, I should say. And then it kind of became like Future, like I can't even describe it because it's not trap in a sense. It's like trap melodic or something like that. To where it's like now like niggas is now rapping, they harmonizing, they singing, they like.
Future, he do all of that shit. He the father of that shit, man.
Yeah.
Future is because he does it all. It's like if you listen that era that Future was running everything. He was really doing a whole bunch of different music. Like, I feel like he was doing a whole bunch of different music kind of before Drake switched over and started doing the Hotline Bling and all of the island stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Future was like, nah, I'm gonna make real R&B songs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make, this is not a rap song. I'm a rapper on a real R&B song. Like, he was doing songs with Rihanna.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a lot of rappers, other than like Jeezy and Jay-Z, it wasn't a lot of rappers that was getting, especially trap rappers. Yeah. I still don't know no trap rappers that got Rihanna on a song.
Yeah, I don't know too many either. And that Jeezy and that Jay-Z joint is just more of a Rock Nation out of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like Future was definitely the one that really structured a song.
Yep.
Like, oh no, like I can hear Rihanna on this.
And the thing that people don't give Future enough credit for, and I know that they don't listen to Future be like in pain. Like he really be giving you pain.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he really, but he just ain't a bitch about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he feel it. I seen the nigga, what's the MMA nigga? The white dude. he got the bald head. He be talking trash on IG. I don't know his name. It don't matter. It don't matter. So anyway, he was saying in the clip, he was like, somebody said, well, what'd you do with that heartbreak? And he was like, I went to the gym, I spent some money. Like, how I feel don't change how I live my life. So, and I feel like that's the thing about Future. It's like, he could feel shit, and then he could put it in the music, but that don't change that he getting on a PJ, he spending money, is women everywhere. It don't change how he live his life. And if more people could live by that, like, don't let your feelings dictate how you live your life.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, but everybody don't dig deep like that. That's how I know I really like music. That's how I know I'm really into this, because I listen and I feel it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Future. Anybody else that really, Fab, you said Fab. And that's why I said Wiz and Currency, because I was still on who like inspired me and stuff like that, instead of going through like the chronological, but like, yeah, Wiz, Currency, Busy Crook, that's a lot of people, man. But that's yeah. I can keep naming stuff.
Okay, so going into your first tape, Mazi Dreams, was that your first ever project?
Nah, my first project was Sweet Chin Music with Nature Boy. Shout out Nature Boy Elbridge.
Okay, because like the way it is on title on the DSPs, it definitely has it listed as if that's your.
But you know we was on mixed live mixtapes, and we was on that pair. And
and that's good you say that, because in listening to it, I was like, damn, like this really sounds polished. Like it sounds like it's well put together. You executed the concept well. So, like, my question to you is, one, where were you during that time? Like, if you could talk like a little bit about that, and two, just talk to me about the process of going in and recording and executing that vision.
I was living in Temple Hills. I had my own I had built my own studio in the crib, and my goal with Mazi Dreams was to do different songs, and like let people know that like these are the type of things that I can do. Okay. It was like I just looked at it as like a canvas. I was showing you I could do no talking. That's the melodic. I could do the HD. That's like hard hitting intro. That, you know what I'm saying. I could do the Mazi Dreams, which was like a little more like auto tune party-ish. You know what I'm saying. So I was just trying to do. I was trying to get in my bag. And I feel like I accomplished that. And I worked with Quality 421. He's an engineer. I think we were just pulling a lot of beats off of BeatStars and YouTube and stuff like that, and
attacking it like that.
Yeah, so that was my goal with Mazi Dreams. And I wanted to. I worked with Brain Rap on the cover art. I wanted to put together animated cover art that like really spoke to like the thesis of Mazi Dreams. Like Mazi Dreams is like a concept of reaching for manifesting what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's not like he driving in the car. He like looking at the car like, you know, and there's other things in front of him distracting him, but it's like, you want that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you working for. And the car is just, you know, a metaphor.
It's symbolic.
Yeah, it's symbolic for, you know, what you're going for in life and not being distracted by, you know, other things.
Measuring your growth from then till now, like, just tell me some of the things you learned in like your recording process, delivery, tone, all of that, because like I said, like it's listed on the DSPs as if that's your first project, but it's well polished, well executed. Like you just mentioned the cover art, I definitely paid attention to that. So like if you could just expound like a little bit on that.
I care about the culture. I care about pushing art. I care about like, and when I say the culture, it's like we don't have CDs anymore, but I'ma sell CDs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stop selling CDs. I'm not gonna
memorabilia.
Yeah, like that matters. Like I don't want to be the artist that 100 years from now, when they didn't blew up all of the streaming services and now it's 5 new streaming services, my music don't exist.
It's lost.
Yeah, like so I want to preserve the cover art. You know what I'm saying? I like Easter eggs. I don't know if you watch Marvel. I don't know if you watch, you know, intricate movies and stuff like that. But I like little little Easter eggs, like little skits and stuff like that to kind of that takes you to another. I like stuff that connects things.
Yes.
You know, so
I'm big on that too. I actually just, and off on a tangent, quick tangent. I'll cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I watched like it's Avatar 2 coming out.
Yeah.
So I watched a little breakdown on they have like a family tree, and like where the first 2 Avatar were in the first movie, the male and the female. Now they have kids, they have friends, cousins, all of that stuff going on. Because before I go see the second movie, I ain't seen the first one in 10 years, 15 years, however long it's been.
I never watched the first one. I'm gonna watch it. I got Disney Plus. I'm gonna watch it.
I got a funny story about the first one, but I don't know if that's for the camera. That may be too off on a tangent. But
we got this blooper type stuff.
Yeah.
Extra for that.
So during the process, you were talking about you care about the music and you care about the art. Talk to me about some of the things you learned though, like just even about yourself during that time.
What, when I was making Mazi Dreams?
Yes.
It just, I think that was kind of when I learned how to like express myself through my writing. I hear people say like they got writer's block, and I'll be like, what is that like? Like I don't, because I got to it first, I would say it, and then I just was like, I'm not gonna say that no more.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not gonna say writer's block, because it gotta be, it's literally telling you it's a block in your mind. Yeah. So like, if I just don't say that word and don't focus on like, oh, I can't think of nothing, this writer's block, I was like, I probably could get over that. So in that time, I think I just figured out how to like literally say whatever I'm thinking in a music, like musically. Like I figured that out, in my opinion. And it made everything easier because it's like now I can just hear music, I can hear a beat, I could be working with somebody, and I just need an idea.
Yeah.
Like long as I got the idea of what I want to talk about, I know how to make it music.
Okay.
So that happened during Mazi Dreams.
Okay. And that's funny you say that because I'm so glad that, and I told you this before, I'm definitely glad I got to witness you perform first. Because in that now, I went back and listened to the music. I'm like, okay, the delivery is on point. Like the way he executed it is on point. Like it's intentional. And like I get that.
Yeah, very much
that.
So.
And I can tell like you pay very, like you said, like you pay attention in detail. Like you know how to construct like the music with what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So, yep, very much so. I appreciate that. I'm glad that come across. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so let's go to another tape of yours. Like this part right here, I'm just telling you everything I love about you because I ain't even gonna hold you.
I appreciate it.
We gonna give you some flowers.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
I'm here to learn.
Thank you. I appreciate
hopefully the audience can learn a little bit more about you too, but that's what we on today. So the world is ours.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, like what made you come up with the title. I know where the title, like the original title comes from or where the inspiration comes from, but you talk to me about that and just and what you were going through during that time and where you were in that space mentally, emotionally, physically, like what it took you to put together that tape.
What did it take to put together? What did it take to put that together? Well, where I was, that was when I was like, I want to work with people now.
Okay.
I was like, I figured out how to shoot, you know what I'm saying? And now I want to go hunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, I'm going to work with people and not only work with people, but strategically work with people and build. I was like, now I'm starting to build. I can build now. So
were you in, like, now I don't mean to cut you off, but were you in like some type of, it seemed like, I don't want to say you had more fun with Mazi Dreams. It's like the songs were more uplifting, and I think like in the world as ours, to me it just came across like, all right, he got some shit to get off his chest. Like, it's coming across a little bit more vulnerable, like it's a little bit more personal in a sense. Like, and that's definitely one of my favorite tapes of yours just because of that, because I relate to shit like that.
I definitely was, my relationship began during that, with my girl began during that time of when I was creating that. And she was a big part of like the cover art and everything and everybody being a story about the cover art. And I was like, the music was done. And I was like, whatever the cover art is, it gotta represent the world is ours and that. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I was gonna go like the animated route. I didn't know if I was just gonna find like some random, like fake Picasso type, you know, shit. Yeah. So, and she was like, well, if you could just pick something to do tomorrow, what would you do? And I was like, I probably would just get a bunch of people together and we just take, you know, gang photos and just put it out like that. And like 2 weeks later, like she had hit up like everybody and like we like linked up. And,
oh yeah, that's a home run.
Yeah, you know, we did that. And so that's probably what you get. I know Where You Smoking Tonight is on there with Smokey Garvin. That's one of that's literally my most Shazam song of my whole catalog. Like consistently, like every week. Consistently.
How does that make you feel? Because like starting off in the beginning, like going back to your moms and to my grandmother and to like when people would say hip hop will be dead in 20 years and all of that, to now like you're a grown man, you're an adult, you're putting out projects, you're performing, and like to know that people in the world are shazamming your music. Like they're hearing it and like they're connected to it immediately.
I'm gonna be honest, I really try not to think about it. The only time I think about it is like when I'm trying to make some content, like to be like, oh, like who's from such and such, you know, who's listening, like to make some content. But I just try not to think about it right now because I'm so like into like what we building here and what I'm trying to like build out. Like I don't know, like I feel like it wouldn't be. I feel like it might, knowing myself, it might hold me back if I was getting caught up in, oh my God, there's somebody in Pakistan, like listening to my music, like, all right, it's happening. And that's supposed to happen because, you know, we're adding to the culture and people in Pakistan love hip hop. So that's supposed to happen. So how do we use that
to build?
That's what, so that's what I think. Okay. It's like, all right, now that I have this metrics, how do we use that? I try not to get caught up in the emotion of it.
Okay, yeah. Because, I mean, like for me, like this culture means so much to me. Hip-hop, rap, like the music, it means so much to me that those are the wins for me. Like,
I feel you. I agree.
I don't really, like the Grammys are cool, but as you get older, you learn that it's politics, payola, and it can be manipulated. And you know that streaming can be manipulated and album sales and all of these things. So when you genuinely connect with somebody, that's how you know, all right, I'm headed in the right direction. Like even when I seen you, I seen Smokey, I seen a couple other good gentlemen at the Versus. At that moment, that's when I knew, all right, one foot in front of the other, keep going. I know what I'm doing.
I do love those moments.
Yeah.
I love moments where it's like, it's confirmation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm in the right room. I'm talking to the right people. I'm building with the right, you know, the right people, the right circle. Like I love those moments. Those are very big wins to me. But I agree with you. The people in other countries, just people in the city listening to the music, that's a giant win. I love new DMV music. I really do.
I respect that, your brother.
I really love where new DMV music is. I love all the music.
We had no point of reference at first. Like,
they got their own sound too. I like all of that shit, man.
Yeah, I love all of that shit. I want them to keep doing it. Keep fucking doing it, bro. Because don't nobody look like us. Don't nobody talk like us. They don't put that shit on like us. They bitches don't look like ours.
They gonna steal it all.
Women don't look like ours.
They gonna steal it. We just gotta keep doing our job.
And it's new and it's fresh.
Yeah, man. I love it. I listen to it all the time. Nah, okay. I don't listen to it all the time. I was drinking a little bit and it took me to that cap. But I really do like it. I really do.
I appreciate anybody who has the heart to go out there and do that shit and put themselves out there like that, because it's not like how it was before when niggas had to sell CDs and cassettes and all of that shit. Like this shit is on the internet.
But they should, bro.
Nah, but look, the difference to me is if you jump out there now, you put yourself out there as an artist, that shit is out there to run up numbers for forever. Until you take it down. Yeah. So whether you a part of major history, like major productions or not, you can be viewed on a TV, on a phone, on a laptop, a tablet, anywhere, at any time on the world. Like, and they just jumping out there doing it.
Yeah, I like it. I really like it.
Yeah. Cause back then, according to what you hear, like niggas had to be rapping on the corner in New York somewhere. Like what the fuck? Like who the fuck gonna get on like that?
I mean, I feel like we always had. I don't think we never paid attention to that shit. I think we just was always doing our thing with the go-go thing.
That's the other thing, cause niggas used to get made fun of for rapping in school.
Yeah.
A fact.
Yeah.
When that rap shit was that cool.
Niggas was like, oh, you want to rap? You want to rap?
Like being a rapper was almost like being a weirdo.
If you're not a rapper in a go-go band, it's like, you in a go-go band, it's like, nah, so where you rapping?
What you rap about? What
Where's you rap
for? Like the fuck you talking about? Rap where?
Yeah.
I think, but back to Pusha, Grindr was like the first moment, well, at least for me, to open that shit up. Cause then like you get on the like the table, like it's not go-go beats no more, it's that beat cause it was easy. And niggas is just freestyle.
Yeah, no, that grinding jump is epic.
That
it's
shit
epic.
hit, like I don't know for sure, but it had to hit everywhere.
Yeah,
it had to hit everywhere.
Yeah, everybody rap. If you didn't, I feel like that was your rite of passage. If you didn't rap at the lunch table to the grinding beat and make the grinding beat and be part of ciphers with the grinding beat, yeah.
When did you start rapping?
When did you start rapping?
Like,
if you say you started rapping, I mean, nah, but I mean, people start rapping. Yeah, but if you in that from that era and you was in that age group, I would hope that that's what
even if you didn't rap, but you just seen it. And like you knew what it did, cause that was.
Oh, if somebody was like, I never saw that before, I would be like,
niggas was tapping.
You from another planet? You ain't go to school.
Tapping their foot on some go-go shit.
Yeah.
That grinding beat was the first beat that changed that shit up.
Yeah, nah, definitely. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Like, what do you? Since we talking about local things and everything like that, what do you think is something about the DMV area that like? You know, only we possess, is only like that here, and that makes us the prominent area that we are. What would you think that is? One of those things are.
Low key.
Yeah.
This gonna be kind of outside the box, I guess. It's because they don't know.
Oh, it's the
world, like the people don't know.
They underestimate.
Like people who have never been to DC before, only been here on a field trip, they don't know. And when you meet a DC nigga or a DC female or woman or whatever, like, you don't know where they from. You don't even know what they talk about. Like, huh?
Why you talk?
Yeah.
Why you sound like that?
Why are you wearing New Balances? Don't worry, baby. This shit is on there. Believe that. And like that's all you need to know.
You got that shit on though.
Like, yeah. Like,
for sure.
Like we just different. Like people really think that only the White House and shit is here, and then DC is like. Hey,
you right. People do think that and then they, cause I can imagine somebody not knowing what the nightlife is like, and they come here thinking on some work shit and think it's just on some political shit, and people be like, "Yo, you trying to go to happy hour?" And happy hour be at like Park, and then they go to like a bar in DuPont, then they end up on U Street, and it's like 2 a.m. on a Wednesday.
A Street.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
But then also like our culture is big. It's also big in DC too. So it goes back to the DMV thing.
Yeah.
So you got DC and then you got Maryland. Like you got Capitol Heights, you got Landover, you got like Largo. Like that shit go out there. Like it go out there.
Nah, definitely.
And then you got artists like Young Mo.
Yeah.
You can't say that he's not a part of our culture.
Of course.
He is our culture.
Yeah, definitely.
It don't matter where you from, so yeah. I think like that's the only thing. So like once that shit like really, because they are really taking our sound, like we hearing it.
Yeah.
Like it's mainstream artists taking our sound.
Yeah.
So as soon as like that door just go from crack to wide open, it's a wrap.
It's our job though, man. It's a wrap. It's our job. Like we gotta keep doing. Like I was at the UCB Joan 25th anniversary, and I'm like, yeah, it need to be more stuff like this. Yeah. It need to be more like celebration of like our greats. Like they're celebrities. Like they started this. Like without them, it wouldn't be this. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have the men. You wouldn't have all of these go-go bands now if it wasn't for them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we need to have more stuff like that and like really like lean into it, because when Atlanta do stuff for their people, it be everywhere.
But that's
you know what I'm saying?
Like they have an infrastructure that we don't have, and so like they have a point of reference. like Goody Mob, Outkast, like one shit.
Nah, man, we got the infrastructure, bro. There's plenty of people making moves from here in this area.
In other places, because they had to make them in other places and not here. Like they didn't have nobody to be like, hey, bro, come on.
Who the people? Hang on, you can edit it. Is it the AMPD, the people that do the freestyles and
yeah?
They from here, right?
Yeah.
And do work with like Brent Fires and like
so,
I mean, so that's the reference.
Yeah,
like you can never be like.
But you have to be able to see it. Oh shit, something's happening over there right now, as opposed to our personality where it's like, oh, alright.
Open gym.
Open gym is another one.
Yeah.
I remember when that shit first started. Like it was really niggas just linking up and then freestyling on the mic or just popping their shit on the mic.
Yeah.
You have to be able to recognize that shit. Like, and then my man, Tizzy, he from uptown. Motherfucking, he got his jump on the court. Like, his first artist was Young Jose.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just got to keep stuff like that alive and keep pushing stuff like that. Like my man said, Open Gym is at Fillmore December 17th. It's the biggest open gym ever. You know what I'm saying?
If you support the culture, pull up,
yeah,
push up.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that way, like the young kids that come up under us, our little brothers, our little sisters, nieces, and nephews, they can have something that inspires them. Like a guideline, a guidebook of this shit.
Yeah, man, because everybody don't gotta be the rapper. You could be.
Exactly.
You can be.
That was my point for doing this.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you could be the rapper, and that's why I picked up a camera. That's why I shoot shit, because I like cinematography.
And if you know the business, you know where the money at.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. You know,
I'm really thinking about going back to school for like film or something.
Yeah,
that's really like that's on the like 5-year plan. Cause I'm like, what could you really tell me like if I'm commanding a draw and then like I got the education in film and.
But see, the thing with that is that I don't want to sound politically incorrect. Like, but unless you about to go work for a major company, that paper don't mean shit. Like, it's the relationships and it's your skill.
But there you go. When I sign up for film master classes, it's other people gonna be in them classes too.
But do you think that would get you to a door that your personality, skills, and work ethic ain't gonna get you?
The reason, it's not.
Can't get you.
Isn't no. Of course not. Like I could any room that I can find that has a concentrated, number of people like that. I can do that. I can network and gain things from that. But how many other than going to the venues? I mean, you could leave. You could go to different states. We got to do that. You know what I'm saying? We got to network. But I think that the school is a different network. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, I went to Morgan, right? Yeah. There's a lot of people that I went to Morgan with that 6 degrees of separation, but I didn't know them. Like, I didn't take the time to network with them. And now, like, it's like I see them, and it's like we could have had a relationship. And I see them, like, in the music lane. It's like... Or in film.
But I think that kind of leans into your point, though. Like, that gives them a point of reference. Like, okay, I seen him there. Like, we might not have talked, had a conversation, but...
That's my point.
Know your face.
That's my point. Why it's good to go. I think it's still good to go.
Saying, like, that was my point. I think that
but you don't have to. You don't have to.
You know. I just know, like, if you work hard and you have to have a certain amount of communication and people skills to be in this industry and navigate it and really get what you want out of it.
Most definitely.
But like if you work hard and you have the skills and you do the right things and treat people right, you can build yourself up to where as though like it's certain people that go and like they learn it and like you see them go for certain things in school and they miss it and you be like, damn, how did that happen? Like it seemed like you was on the right path the whole way. What happened? Yeah. And then with what we do, it's kind of a way like we don't need to go that route if we don't have to.
No, you don't. And I think for me, it's like maybe not muscle memory, but like I feel like I've used that method before and it worked.
And it's been successful.
Yeah, okay. Like we was talking about the whole shooting to edit thing, and I got that from school. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would have known that. YouTube University, of course, you pick up a lot of stuff that way, but Like I specifically remember that from school. I specifically remember learning how to use Final Cut Pro in school. So I think it's something that's like, well, why not go back? You know, get another piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I could get somebody to pay for it.
Now, if you get somebody to pay for it, and it works.
Right.
Then that's ideal. Like that's like shooting.
And I feel like that's where the music and everything comes into play, because it's like you gotta go hard at this shit, because you never know, you get with some type of partnership and they doing tuition and reimbursement, all of that type of shit. You could put it in your contract, you could make it a rider, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why this shit matters. That's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to like really get everything I want out of life from making money off music and the culture, and then it's like into it.
And if you want to play the exact game or whatever, like it's definitely understood that they hire people with degrees over there, so going to work for the label and all of that shit.
But and that's my thing. I don't think I would want to work for a label. I mean, I guess like you said, if I did have that paper, like it would make me more appealing. But I really just my goal. I really just want to build like an infrastructure, so that like, you know how like we didn't have a point of reference, so that like all of the kids coming up from here is like, well, I want to be a rapper but I don't got no money to shoot videos, and it's like you go to that.
Okay.
You go to that building.
Now I go to school and I learn how to shoot videos myself.
Yeah. It's like I don't have a computer. Sense. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Who I don't have a team. It's like that's why it's all these people here. Just go talk to some people. They right here. Like that's what I want. Cause that's the stuff that I feel like holds you back. Like if you don't have somebody to hold the camera, that can really hold you back.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff gets missed. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the money.
All right, so talk about them things like, and I wanted to get to this a little bit later, but organically is better for me. So talk to me about like what it takes. Like if you talking to somebody and they want to be an artist, but all they have is a talent, and you like, look, you need like a little bit more than talent. You need a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some of that right there, and you need consistency, time, and whatever. Like, what are some of those things like to have someone hold the camera? Because visuals are important.
Very much so. But it's a team. Like if you start out with a team, like you going like so much shit is gonna be exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Because when you just starting out with yourself, it's like you gotta learn everything, and then you gotta like test everything out too. Yeah. And that take a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got a team and your team is like full of like-minded people that's like, we all want to do music. We all want to do something in the culture of hip-hop. We all want to push some level of positivity to help people. So that's going to be infused in what y'all do. That's what y'all going to produce. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just one person, it's going to take a lot more time. So that's one of the things I would say is like a team.
Yeah.
But it takes time, man. I feel like the neighborhoods I grew up in, I moved around a lot. I didn't have a lot of people that was like dedicated to supporting me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I mean, if you one of those people that like didn't move around a lot, and you got like definitely utilize your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think if you not one of those people, you just gotta really know how to put yourself out there, find those circles. You know what I'm saying? And build that team. And it takes time. You know
and that goes back to what you were saying earlier about your girl in the photo.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And you was trying to figure out the cover art, and she was like, boom, I'm gonna just call up a couple of the good men, good women. We're gonna take this, we're gonna use this, and we're gonna go with that. Yeah,
that's exactly how it happened. I think that's why it's important to be on the same page. Like to have a partner that's like tapped into like what you're tapped into, and you're tapped into what they're tapped into is really important. To be aligned, evenly yoked, however you want to put it, and that's what that was. You know, she gives me ideas all the time. I give her ideas all the time. She supports me all the time. And if there's an opportunity where I can tell her something or provide her with some information that will help her business, then I do that, and she do the same thing with me. that was a great example. Yeah, she called up like all of the folks and set up a time, you know, and just was like, we're gonna get this done. And we got it done, and it turned out to be my cover art. I love the cover art. It was perfect. So yeah, that's just a good example of that.
Absolutely. I consider you a lyricist. I don't want to put you in a box. I feel like your potential, your skills, like you can basically make any subgenre of rap you want. But give me a moment.
Just rap?
R&B.
I got more stuff to release. It's cool. You don't gotta do that. You don't got stress.
Nah, because now like you trying to call on my memory, and I'm trying.
I'm just asking.
I'm trying to go through.
I'm just asking how we talk about natural. I'm asking how you naturally is.
Nah, but I believe in your potential, your talent for sure. So like, even if you reintroduce something to me or do something different, like if it's fire, like you already know, I'm gonna tell you it's fire. But just give me that moment when you were kind of like maybe alone or like in the studio or even like in the studio doing a feature or whatever, and like you putting that, like putting a verse together, putting a song together, pushing your pen, and you come to that moment where it's like it's a moment of excitement, like either before recording or even after recording it, but like the world ain't heard it yet, and you like, oh yeah, I know, I did that on this joint right here.
You want an example of one of those songs, or you like tell you how I feel during those?
Both. So how you know the example on the song first, and then how you felt in that.
I don't want to cut.
Because you say some shit where it's like, alright.
So like the G-Town freestyle joint with A-Love.
Okay.
So, I remember.
Shout out A-Love.
Yeah, definitely shout out A-Love. Cool Clientele, Monroe, shout out. I remember listening to the verse back, and sometimes I had those moments where I'm just like, dang, I wrote that. Like, dang, and that was one of those moments. And I feel like, not necessarily like in the booth, but like I think while I was editing the video for G-Town Freestyle featuring A-Love, I think that it was just like, damn, like trifecta. Yeah. And that's you know, and what I mean by that is we did the song, we released the song successfully. I shot the video with the Red Collective team and everybody that assisted with that. Whole lot of epoxy at Pineapple Club. Yeah, that's the brand.
I tried throwing my cool, I don't mean to go off on a little jump, but I tried throwing my cool little dad hat earlier. I might need one of these up 50 jumps.
Everybody need an up 50. The orange is new. We just dropped that for the fall. Yeah, we just dropped that for the fall. Yeah, definitely. But we dropped the song successfully. We shot the video. We released the video. It's merch on the website.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's
what's the website?
Pineapple Club Umbrella.
Okay.
.com. Yeah, that you could go to the shop. It's on my IG. So if you go to gohardmikelee Music and just go to my shop, all of the merch is on there. So that was one of the moments where I was like, damn, okay, yeah, like I just gotta keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's you can support that campaign, which is the G-Town Freestyle, in so many different ways. You can stream the song. You can watch the video. You can send the video to somebody. You could buy a T-shirt, you know what I'm saying, from the website. So just putting all of that together, that was one of those moments that was like, damn, that work paid off, because now money can be made from the song in several different ways.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this. Are you more creative or more business-minded?
I think I'm more creative. Yeah, I think I'm more creative. It's just certain parts of the business that I just want to get really good at. Yeah. And do those things. But I definitely think I'm more creative.
Yeah, because like in the last question I asked you, you talking about like the whole trifecta part. Like in the audience, getting the music and receiving it the right way, we also want to be comfortable with it. And so, like how you deliver like the video, the song is dope. Now you adding in the merch. It's like, damn.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but A-Love really had one of the dopest verses of all time on that song.
That's such a cool guy.
I really love how he like really he brought the entanglement thing out before like Jada Pinky Smith even said the entanglement thing. Like that song was recorded before. Like, so I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, I love that song, and A-Love really like snapped on that his verse. So
he definitely did his thing. He just a dope, cool individual. I had the chance to do an interview with him before during the pandemic. He was definitely like coolest nigga in the world. Like, shout out to him. And he definitely dope. Like, he pop his shit too.
For sure, for sure.
He definitely pop his shit.
You looking for that heat? A-Love got it.
Yeah, but I asked you about the business jump because this comes off natural. It doesn't seem anything that's very strategic or forced in a way, I guess I should say. But everything is in place.
You said it don't come off strategic?
It doesn't, or just it comes off more organic, more natural in the sense this is just him. Like, I'm looking at you now, like you a fly individual.
Thank you.
So it makes sense for you to have merch.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Even with the video jump, like you saying, like I went to school for that, like I learned that, like now I'm doing the music, I know how my shit wanna look. Like, it doesn't seem like all right, I'm doing this because it's a business. It's like I'm doing this because this is more so who I am.
Yeah, I think the business part just comes into like being a smart creator. Like, I know I don't want to be a broke creator.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be a wealthy, smart creator, and to be able to make my art, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to pay for it. So, you know, I think that's just doing research. And what's funny is like I ain't really read a lot of books or anything like that, but I think the YouTube University thing, and then like that's how I know like the culture is valuable, because I didn't read a lot of books, and I feel like I know a lot about the culture. Like everything that you like, the way that I like looked at how I'm gonna make money off of music, like the culture is valuable because it showed me that.
Yeah.
It didn't tell me like you gotta read this book.
It's gonna teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
Like you kind of find yourself in it, and it's like if you love it and you appreciate it and you grow in it, like everything will come together.
Exactly. So
that was kind of my point earlier, but I understood what you were saying though.
Yeah. So it's I agree with you. It's natural. That's why, you know, it's an Up 50 song. We got Up 50 buckets. You know what I'm saying? It's a G-Town freestyle song. You know, it's G-Town legend T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do some sweatshirts soon because it's cold now. But yeah, man. I just got that from the culture. It makes sense. If you watch Master P, you watch Diddy, Sean John, No Limit Soldiers, you know what I'm saying? That was our era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's who I was looking at. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
All right. So now I'm gonna let you decide. Do you want? Actually, I'm gonna decide. Let's stay here. So we already talked about the merch. We talked about it briefly, like last weekend or whatever. Talk to me more about the Pineapple Club, what it is, why you built it, and the difference between that and Up 50. Because I see it and on your IG, I'm looking, I'm like, everything, you got 2 merch lines? Like, what the fuck going on? But last time we spoke, you was like, nah, like, actually, no. I'm lying. I think I saw it in the interview with China. I think I seen China. What's her name? I think it's the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the China show.
Yep.
Yeah, the China show. And she asked you that.
Shout out to China.
Like shit.
She's dope. Shout out to
China. I'm sorry, I'm smacked right now. We lit. Like,
no, for real. I didn't say I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
I just had to.
I'm trying to get the question down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
But
have me on your show again, China.
Absolutely. But yeah,
both of us.
I seen her jump with you that y'all did, and you was just speaking on how like the Pineapple Club is kind of like a media company in a sense. Also being a brand that like you help creators with their vision, like the video part of it, also like their marketing. Like, just talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, so Pineapple Club is the brand. That's this logo that you see right here. That's the brand. That's the recording. That's what the recording artist of Go Hard Mike Lee is under.
Okay.
Pineapple Club. That's his brand.
Okay.
Right? That's my brand. When you see things like Up 50, that's a campaign.
Okay.
So
a movement, a mindset.
That's a yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Up 50 is, like you said, a movement. It's a way to think about life where it's like you can't be good, like you can't just be good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like people aren't gonna notice you and notice your work if you're just good enough. So you can't just be like up 2 or 3 points. Like you really gotta take it to people. You gotta be like up 50. You know what I'm saying? Up 100. You know what I'm saying? But it starts at up 50 and thinking like that and being like, nah, it's not gonna be enough to just, you know, win by a little. Like we already behind.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact.
So Up 50 is a campaign. So along with that campaign, you get a song featuring Country Cali, which is another dope artist from the area. That's, you know, he's a national artist. And what I mean by that is, you know, he is, you know, in different states with his art and his movement. He's not only in the DMV. And so yeah, you get a song, you get a video, you get merch. It's not just he released a new song, you know, a couple months ago.
It's a whole experience.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with G-Town Freestyle. You get a song, you get a video, you get a feature with a dope artist that you really should tap into, which is A-Love. And then there's some merch that you can buy too. You know, if the sitting down watching videos ain't your thing, because I know it ain't everybody's thing, you know what I'm saying, go into the website and get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Get a
Show
t-shirt.
some love, support.
Yeah. So that's the difference. Like you're gonna keep seeing that. It's not, I mean, the Up 50 campaign is always gonna be alive. You know, I'll probably drop different merch. But we're gonna move on. It's gonna be new campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got a list, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to know, in your opinion, if any of these are hold on, wait. Let me get it together. So I got a list of my favorite songs.
Okay.
But I also have a list of my favorite features.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which one out of these stand out to you the most, means the most, or you just have like a specific memory about?
Yeah.
Champagne Life, You and Osiris Green.
Yeah.
The One, Feel Our Day.
Mm-hmm.
Camo, On the Way. Where You Smoking Tonight with Smokey Garvin.
Wait, are these your favorite?
See, these are the songs.
These
but
are
I got
the
the
songs.
features separate, but it's a couple
These your
features.
favorite songs though?
Yeah.
Okay, how many are on the list?
Shit, nigga. Nigga got that pressure. What
All right,
you mean?
yeah, okay, go ahead, man. I ain't mean to stop.
Alright, so Billions,
Okay.
The World Is Ours,
Mm-hmm.
Where You Smoking Tonight, featuring Smokey Garvin, so that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
On the Way, Camo, The Want with Feel Our Day, Champagne Life with Osiris Green,
Mm-hmm.
and then WYMO, what's that? I forgot.
Oh man.
What's that?
That's
Ain't that John Fire too? I'm mad at the shit I can't think of the name.
damn. Okay. That's the name of the song. That's the name of the song.
Nah,
That's
but
on
like
sound, that's
it stand for it stand for something though.
It do. It's,
If my burnt out ass, I ain't even.
no, I'm burnt out. It's my song. It's my song. Look, is this? That's a shame.
Nah, that John Fire.
What you met? Wait, hold on. That's crazy. We're gonna have to come back to that. We're gonna
I'm telling you.
We're gonna have to come back to that. That's crazy. That's when I make a lot of music, man. And I know that that's on the I've Been Worried, Joe. That's one of that's one of my favorite songs, and I'm sitting up here like, what's the acronym for it?
So just talk to me about like any one of them jumps. If you just want to pick a specific time, special moment, or just where you were in life while recording that. Like, cause those were the songs that stuck out to me the most. Yeah, so just go.
I mean, Where You Smoking Tonight? That was me and Smokey Garvin. We got groovy. We got Groovy on them. That was a couple, and that song's older. It's probably like it's older than when we originally. It's older than when we released it. It's like it was probably like a year and a half old when we released it or whatever like that. But yeah, that was cool. I just had the idea that his vocals, Smokey was really in his singing bag at that time. You know what I'm saying? He be giving bars now and be ripping stages like high on stage with Currency and everything. But at that time, he was really in his singing bag. He was like, nah, man, I'm gonna just stick to the singing, man. I was like, all right, bro. So I was like, I flipped the Snow Allegra joint. And I was like, man, I think if you put some vocals on here, it'd be dope. And he just put some vocals on there. And they was like, you know, kind of like, they was chill. I was like, nah, do some more. Like, you get off. Yeah, he got off on that joint. And we went in the studio. We went direct to system with Osiris Green and, you know, mixed it and everything like that. And that's one of my, I still want to shoot a video to that. Some people will be like, "Oh man, it's all old and it's like a flip and a cover."
Nah, video don't matter.
But I'm like, I like Currency to drop a video for a song that was on like 8 albums ago, whenever. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's just part of the art. It's like if Picasso re-released something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's feeding the fan base.
Exactly. So, me and Smokey, we gonna link up in 23. And get the I'm Smoking remix. Not the I'm Smoking. We already did the I'm Smoking remix, but we're gonna do the Where You Smoking Tonight jump in 23. So okay. That's I really like that song. I really do. It's a really important song.
Yeah, that's one of them ones that I had to throw in rotation a couple times. Like I went back, like I tried to listen to the shit in different environments, like in the crib, in the car, while I'm at work. So like that's definitely one of them I definitely kept going back to.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else. Billions is like that's probably the newest song, but I really like Billions. I feel like I
fuck with that John too. That John solid as shit.
Yeah. I did that in a session. Me and Shad Spitz was in a session together.
Shout out to Shad.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Shad. It's really ironic, right? Cause all right, so. I did that in a session with Shad Spitz, and then I used the whole like Wizards concept because I did Brad Billions or whatever like that. So it's just weird how all of that ended up working out. But yeah, I that was a beat from Wolf Sunzo, and yeah, me and Shad was in a session, and we just kind of was like we did a couple songs together. Then he did he finished off one of his songs, and then I had some more time, and I ended up doing Billions, and then I released the clean version, which I'm gonna start telling everybody, man, release clean versions of your music.
Praying like a shit, a new discovery, trying to get people to fall in love with me. Luckily, I've been sucking for you since day one. You don't see a path, you gotta make one. Being
I say it, tell me.
Yeah, you do. I don't know why the fuck I ain't write it out.
What you made of?
What you made of? Yeah, that don't like that. So let's go back over the list. If y'all been following us this long up to this point, we going over my favorite songs from Go Hard Mikelee, Champagne Life, him and Osiris Green. What you made of?
Champagne Life is dope.
Absolutely.
I really like working with Osiris Green is really dope.
I think that's probably the best song on that project in my opinion.
So?
I mean, that's the one that translated the most to me. But, you know, after you re-listen and shit like that, like after my 5th, 6th, 7th listen, then I might have another favorite. But right now, it's definitely Champagne Life.
That's good. That's good. That's the last song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we skated on that jump. We skated on that jump. That was a dope project. We definitely gonna make more music together. Me and Osiris Green. He's a dope engineer, dope producer. So it's like he's
and he's a spitter.
Yeah. He's
like it's certain jumps on there, and I can't recall it right now, but it's on
definitely a spitter.
One of them jumps he got off for sure.
Nah, all of them. All of them he got off.
Well, to me, it's one in particular. Like he really went in there with some intention.
Was it the Sauce?
I think so.
The Sauce remix
maybe
where he was like, 2020 was the year I lost my pops. Was it that Joan?
Maybe. I don't know.
Every verse on there, like that's why I did a project with him, because it was, I knew every song was gonna be dope. And he did. Other than one beat, because we did the Sauce remix. Sauce is on The World Is Ours.
Yeah.
And we did the Sauce remix, so he didn't do that beat, but everything else, he worked with Cam 3, his group mate, on beats. So super talented. That's a really important song. I'm glad you like that.
Yeah, I fuck with that, John. Is there any like other ones on that list you want like speak on? You got Camo on the way.
Camo is dope. Damn, you went kind of like way back with Camo and On the Way. But Camo was a dope song. Camo's a dope song. I did that with this artist named Mr. Mikey. Real cool dude, man. I'm real cool with him. He's in Florida, but he's from here. And we did that song. We did that video. Bless. My man Bless did that video. He's a dope videographer. I love that video, honestly. That was like one of my first videos that was like, because I had a Clipstar video too. So that was professional. We spent money on
Clipstar.
Yeah, he did SB Rolling. That's way in the cut. Yeah, Bless did that video. He's a dope videographer. Can't wait to work with him again. And that's kind of why that song is so important, because I don't get to work with Mikey Mike a lot. He was on The World Is Ours.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the video, but he's on that song. He's actually one of my favorite lyricists to work with. And that's why that song's so important, because he kind of orchestrated that whole play with the video, and the video came out amazing. And then I ended up working more with Bless, and he was like the first person to like kind of put the Ronin in my hand and like be like, yo, like get a gimbal and, you know, shoot your own shit. And so that was that was important, because that kind of springboarded me into like shooting my own videos and working with people to shoot videos.
Yeah, talk to me about chemistry a little bit, like just in artistry or working together in this industry, like how you just mentioned.
It's really important. You gotta learn sometimes. I mean, some people are really good with working with people. It took me time to learn how to work with people, build chemistry. Like I started, which is interesting. I started in a group, but it was kind of when I was more so timid and just kind of was trying to play the back, and you know, I knew I was good, but I wasn't looking for any type of spotlight. But as I like got more into the music, like it took time to learn like the business, because that's a big part of the business, like the chemistry and like knowing how to talk to people. I think naturally I know how to do music. That's a natural thing. Like I know how to get with a person that knows how to make music, and we make music together. Like that's just natural. But and maybe that's the chemistry that you're talking about. Like that's just like natural thing that like
both.
Yeah, both. Exactly. So
because like a videographer or anybody on that end you work with, they have to be able to see your vision.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I agree.
You know?
And I mean, and the chemistry thing, I think, I don't know if it's more so like certain people are more like adaptable to the situation and like what needs to happen than other people. Or if some people are just like cooler than other people. I don't really know. But
it might be a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both, but I feel like the people that I have the best chemistry with, like they're honest, they are talented, they're creative, they provide solutions and not problems. And like they're multi-layered, they work hard. Yeah, those are the people that I have like the best chemistry with.
Okay, so I'm gonna run off some names.
So like Smokey Garvin is somebody I have really good chemistry
Smokey
with.
Garvin.
Yeah.
A-Love.
Yeah, I think I have really good chemistry with A-Love. We did G-Town Freestyle. He's dope, man. Like he's been around like my brothers and everything, and you know they love him. Like hey man, like A-Love's dope, man. You know we gotta go to an A-Love show. So yeah, we work together on a lot of songs. So it's more to come with A-Love.
Okay. And if you ain't know, we ain't a part of the features. like I was talking about earlier.
You said he's not?
No, I was saying like we in that part.
Oh, we in the part of the
Yeah.
features. Okay,
Yeah.
bet. Yeah,
So,
I'm a little burnt.
Country Cali up 50.
Yeah, that was really good chemistry. Cali cool as shit. I sent him the beat. He sent me the song back really quickly. I think I did that with Boone.
Okay.
Yeah, Boone the engineer. And I think that day I worked on like some songs with Big O, and then I did up 50, and I was like, Cali gonna sound good on this jump. So I called Cali up, and I was like, I need you on this jump. He was like, yeah, I got you. So yeah, it's good chemistry. I know Cali from when he was here in the DMV on the Pure Lounge circuit, doing shows on U Street, and I don't know if he was all around the city, man. So yeah, I know Cali, man. And he cool. He came in town, and I knew he was coming in town, and then we did the Up 50 video, and you know, Go Hard Mikelee, Red Collective shot the video, and yeah, that was a dope video, man. There's a lot of all verb, no convo representation in that video.
Shout out to all verb, no convo.
Yeah, man. Shout out Thorne, shout out Thomas, that helped with that video. Yeah, man. It was a lot of good chemistry that helped make that video. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned Big O earlier. Big O, BPC. What does BPC stand for?
Big Paper Chaser. Hey.
Okay. But yeah, that I'm Smoking remix, y'all did that on that jump.
Yeah, man.
You like
the chemistry
you provide
really
a lot of
important.
vibes. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off,
Yeah.
but like you definitely give a lot of vibes. Like, because how I try to approach some of these is, you know, I don't want to say I take the easy way out. Like I listen for consistency, and in consistency you find like what mode does an artist fit into, and you pretty much versatile.
Yeah, that's what I be going for.
Yeah, so like you got vibes like even with your question earlier, like only rap.
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I be forgetting that I be having a lot in the tuck, so like I be knowing what I like other stuff that I do that hasn't come out yet, which that's on me just being an artist, and I don't even know what that's about because I'm not even like a perfectionist like that, but I just be wanting stuff to be right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I've been wanting to have Up 50 G-Town freestyle and I'm Smoking remix out at the same time, but it just took time. But I just had to not give up and not stop and be like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that's gonna stop you is when you be like, I'm just not gonna do it. I remember I was doing something. I was doing like the interview type thing because I was interviewing people, and I would mix like what they had going on with like a review of I've Been Worried, right?
Okay.
So, and I did like 3 of them jumps, and life just started happening, and I was like, I felt like the footage like got outdated because I got like a newer camera, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I think I might have like ended up, because I didn't do anything with it, I think I like lost some of the footage on like a hard drive or something like that. And it's like that's the only thing that stopped me is because I stopped. So I was like, yeah, nah, I want to have these songs out. They're amazing songs with amazing artists that I want to like, you know, show my audience to, and you know, tap into their audience and everything like that. So yeah, that chemistry was important in working with all of those artists. It was really simple. It was really easy. A-Love, I feel like all of us had like 6 degrees of separation. So I had already knew A-Love from working with Gabe, that guy, and like doing different shows like at Pure Lounge and where else? We had like a tour, the Cool World Order tour. And A-Love did shows on that tour. My man James would put together a lot of shows, and A-Love would be on some of those shows. So I already knew A-Love, and he's super cool. He's always down to work. Country Cali was like the same way. We had just always been meaning to do songs together. Big O is more so I knew him like through Country Cali, but I like his music. Like I really like his music, and I was just like, I want to work with dude.
Cuz like that. How about the nigga Never Cry Wolf.
Never Cry Wolf. I met him through doing shows, and we worked together on that song.
The World Is Ours with Mikey Lee.
Yeah, Mike. Well, I'm sorry, not with Mr. Mikey. I'm sorry.
Oh, Mr. Mikey. I said Mikey Lee. My bad. I'm lunching.
Yeah, we worked together on that song. We worked together on some visuals, and you know, he's a talented artist.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this game. It's like a this or that type of game.
Okay.
So like, but look, this is the thing. We in this culture, and we into the music, we into rap music, and back to like freestyling and all that shit. It's like you gotta come with it off top.
Wait, you gotta come with what off top?
The answer. So it's like this or that.
This or that. Okay,
so
I got
I'm gonna ask you a question,
and it's this or
you
that.
got like 2 seconds to answer that, Jonah. We gotta take a shot.
All right, so we gotta.
I'm gonna take a shot with you.
We gotta fill up. We gotta get the cup. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess if I get it wrong, then we'll do the cups. All right.
Not like hold.
Oh, you think we should get the cups ready?
One ready.
All right, we can have
And
it.
that way,
Let me finish
motherfucker.
that.
Motherfucker.
Okay, that's done. Nah. We just gonna,
There's
refill
2
with
extra
it.
jumps right there. We just double them up.
Oh man, okay.
Huh. Oh. That way everybody, get straight real fast.
Okay.
And that way if we need to take a shot, then we got one. But, my man on it, we go ahead and breeze right through these. That good reposado. Appreciate you, bro.
You said do this one too? Oh, you just did that this one.
I just did it. The cut be bleeding and shit.
Ooh, that's my boy.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Another song, I forgot that.
This or that?
Yeah. Real quick. Wanna Be Rich.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta speak too much on it, but that should have been on that list of favorite songs.
I like that song.
Yeah, I like that John too. That John like
That's a real song. That's one of the first songs where I was like really learning how to say like what I wanted to say, like musically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in developmental stage, like
that was like one of the developmental way. Yeah.
Your tone and all of that. Yeah.
Exactly. That was
Like I really fuck with that John.
Yeah, man.
But alright, this or that. Kyrie or the Nets?
Kyrie.
Okay, bet. I just had to temp check you real bad.
He knew that answer.
Tequila or whiskey?
Whiskey.
Yeah, he ain't trying to drink today.
I know the answers to these questions. You ain't been an album yet.
Backpack or trap?
Oh,
You bullshitted. Come on, let's go.
Alright. Damn, man. That's a tough one, though.
That's a big shot, too. Fuck.
You poured it.
We ain't going to work tomorrow. Fuck
You
that.
poured it.
Alright, BMW or Maserati?
Maserati.
I meant to ask you about that BMW. It was definitely on a lot of them cover arts.
Huh? It was.
Yeah.
But but see, that's how I am with, themes and everything like that.
Like, I paid attention to
yeah,
that.
it was the 7 Series theme, so it's like, I was trying to stick with 7 Series. I ended up putting some BMWs on there that wasn't 7 Series, but I at least wanted to stick with the BMWs and everything like that. Shout out to my man, Big Swagger. He helped me come up with that that idea for that campaign.
Mazi Dreams or The World Is Ours?
Mazi Dreams.
Okay. Independent.
You almost got me with that one.
I tried. Independent or major?
Independent.
He breezing through these jumps.
Independently major.
Let me see. Streaming or shows?
Shows.
I can tell that from the verses.
Yeah, definitely shows. You gonna make more money from shows anyway. You gonna make more money from shows anyway. So streams, that shit slow money.
Hold on, yeah. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna trip him up one more time.
All right.
One more shot gonna come out of this shit. He done
Alright,
breathe
let's
through
see.
these jobs.
Alright,
Let's
let's
see.
see.
Wait a minute. Motherfucking G-Town Freestyle featuring A-Love or up 50 Country Cali?
That's not. Come on, man.
Come on.
We get another shot in, y'all. Bag his ass.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Nah, cause you breezed through them up.
Cause man, that's not fair, man. All right,
I thought you was gonna take the political route on the Kyrie shit. I thought you was like, come on, bro, we can't talk about that shit on camera.
Nigga, we can definitely talk about that.
Shit, we can get into it. What's up with it?
Take your shot, man.
Damn. He hit me with the G-Town freestyle of up 50? What? That's horrible. Yeah, that's both. BOAF.
Both. Hey, Slim. That nigga funny as shit.
He is, though.
Killing me.
He is.
But I mean, what's up with the Kyrie shit? We can talk about that real fast.
It's sad, man. I wish I was already wealthy so I could just be like, yo, bro, what you need? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's clear, bruh. It's clear what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try. Look, this the funny thing. Because when Ye said what he said, this is the difference. Ye said what he said, and I was just trying to figure out, like, yo, why are y'all, like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But he said things about the Jewish thing, but there were other things around that couldn't be ignored, that were, like, divisive. You know what I'm saying?
This is my problem with the Ye thing.
Okay.
This is my only problem.
You see how fast we jump from Kyrie to Ye? He's a genius. He is a genius, man, because...
This is my problem with the Ye thing. If he didn't say nothing about that Jewish shit, or like just to talk about them like in a way that they felt uncomfortable, they would have skated right past that George Floyd shit.
Right.
They'd have skated right past that.
Right.
And
Of course.
like, bruh, are we speaking on principle or not? Like,
Right.
Like y'all had picks,
And I understand that.
and I don't like that.
And I don't like that either.
I don't like
I don't like that either.
I don't like that.
But also...
Because if we speaking on morality and just like on some human type shit,
Yeah.
because that's what they try and make it say.
Yeah.
They're like, let's do that across the board.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But my only thing was just like, I can't ignore divisive talk. So we can talk about the Jewish thing too, because he's right. You know, or I believe he's right.
I think he's right too. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
now, I'm gonna preface that with saying I did not see the whole interview. I saw like 2.5 hours of it, but I saw enough to know where he was going. Cause, excuse me, he spent like an hour and a half on that shit, and like once I checked my phone and I'm like, bro, he still talking about this shit. I already knew. I'm like, yeah, they gonna be on his motherfucking heels, Slim. Like,
Oh yeah.
like.
Yeah. When I seen him say, I could say whatever, and Adidas can't do nothing, they can't drop me, I was like, I don't think that's gonna be good, bro. I don't think that's gonna age well.
My whole thing is, I just feel like they kind of took the easy way out. I feel like
Who is they? Who is that?
I feel like the leaders of the Jewish community in business and in Hollywood and in media took the easy way out. I think it was a lot of valid statements that Kanye had that should have been addressed.
But bro, like I don't know how much more time we got, but it's
I don't know. I mean, damn, it's 5:50.
right.
You know.
So let me say it like this. I don't think it's really about the valid statements. I think it's about
The other shit.
Yeah, power and control, and y'all ain't about to be talking like this.
Yeah.
I think I just really think that's what it's
But
about.
media is marketing, so when you paint it as a way as, you know, he is saying things that misrepresent y'all as a people, then you need to address some of these valid statements that he's making now. Some of that shit is some bullshit.
Yeah.
And, you know, like,
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
But it's
bruh.
shit that
But that's the problem. Like when you like, and that's bringing me back to the.
It's a gray area.
Yeah, but bringing me back to the Kyrie thing is like, I feel like Kyrie is the example of like the leading with love that Ye be talking about, that he be trying to do, that unfortunately maybe his personality just don't allow him to fully.
Kyrie fucked up because Kyrie could have corrected that shit all in one, like all in one conversation and just been like, look, bro, that Hitler shit, I don't support any of that shit.
I feel like he said that, bro.
No, he just said that
he said I don't align.
Yeah. He said that, but he just should have, like just shut the conversation down.
Yeah,
on bubbles and been like that Hitler shit. Like I don't agree with, but it's been black Jews first, and boom, 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 boom.
But man, everybody's different, man. And when I start saying statements like all somebody had to do, it reminds me that like everybody's not me. And even though to me it's like all somebody had to do, that might not be how it is for them. But I don't want to spend no more time on them. This is my interview.
Absolutely.
And we only got a couple more minutes left.
Yeah. So social media presence. I see you heavy on social media. Obviously, like you kind of was talking about social media as things prior to that. But I see you spend like a concentrated effort on that.
Yeah.
Tell me your approach to that and how important that is and how you deliver your product, your content.
I mean,
especially in today's times.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money on the internet and social media to make, so that's one of the driving forces of why like I be online and posting so much. And then I have, like I said, an IG shop connected to my website, so I want to make sure that people are visiting my profile and seeing the music videos and hearing the songs. And then like I was talking about the Easter egg thing, just kind of like leaving little Easter eggs, wearing the Up 50 bucket in the Up 50 video, you know what I'm saying? And
product placement.
Yeah, product placement, and having ways that people can get to what I'm producing. So social media is very, helpful. It's very helpful that way, and you can make a lot of money on social media. So that's why I focus on it. I don't really try to get caught up in like everything else. Social media is cool, man. Like I feel like I try not to get caught up in like the emotional politics of social media.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to just like see, okay, a picture for a picture, a reel for a reel. Like this is clearly meant to be funny. This is clearly meant to be beautiful. This is clearly meant to be like, oh shit, this is scary. This is about a movie.
I think you execute that though pretty well.
Yeah, like
all of your jumps are shot with intent. Like most times people on social media, it might be a quick little few minutes or whatever. Either it's beginning of their day, the end of their day, or like a break in between, and you scrolling. But your jump's really like, what the hell is this nigga talking about? Like, it's almost like it has the same impact, and on a smaller scale, of course, no offense. It's like Wallow jump. It's like when I wake up and see his shit, I already know that like he's saying something that like I might need to hear or just might be informational. Or whatever. Like, that's how I feel like when I see your jumps. Like I don't take it for bullshit, I guess.
I appreciate that. You know who I seen doing that, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna be like that, but they I want to be a version.
Sense.
Yeah. Mellow, not Mellow that you was talking about. Mellow Will. You know Mellow Will?
Nah.
Anybody else know Mellow Will? Smokey know Mellow Will.
Okay.
Mellow, he an artist that, you know what I'm saying, we perform with. He been on the circuit and everything like that, but then he like blew up on TikTok and stuff like that. And but he would like every day like be giving gems and everything like that. And I think that's how you make the most out of social media. You got a platform, you giving people positivity, you put positivity in your music, you know what I'm saying? You're living your music. Like I don't think you can lose that way.
Use it.
So yeah, that's where I got that from.
Yeah. Damn, we got a couple more. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I told you last week, I showed up last week, I was like, bro, I was ready to talk.
I know.
I was ready to talk.
I was too. Like this actual week kind of like drug it out a bit for me because I had like a long week, but like we here, it don't matter. Like we still, yeah. She definitely still going. We done did that. Let me see. We pretty much done touched everything. Is there any questions you got for me or no? First, NBA season. Tell me what you think about it, because I can tell you a sports fan. Like we done spoke on Kyrie, we talk about up 50, the bucket hat, like it all makes sense. We up 50 buckets on y'all niggas.
Exactly.
Like everything tied together. Like, Bron not doing too good, KD not doing too good, Harden ain't doing too good. Steph scoring, but it ain't looking too much of nothing right now.
I think, man, the youngins is taking over.
For real?
I think that's what's happening. The Ja Morants, the Anthony Edwards, I think, you know what I'm saying?
I like Anthony Edwards.
I think we really seeing the transition. Now, don't get me wrong. I think like Philly is probably going to end up
with the East over Giannis.
I think that's what I was about to say. Philly and the Bucks.
Yeah,
I hate when I do that. Philly and Milwaukee.
Yeah,
is probably gonna like be Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I'm thinking. Unless like Toronto come out of nowhere or my Wizards come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a Lakers and a Wizards fan. I got an East and a West Coast team, man. I just the Lakers, man. Like I don't know what I thought it was the shooting, but then they started shooting better, and but Bron not healthy, and it's like is Bron. I don't know, man. Like I don't think the Lakers can do it with this roster. So it's like I feel like they wasting Bron and AD good years, which is annoying. I want Russ to go somewhere that he could like really run with some young boys, maybe go to Charlotte or something. Yeah. The West though, I like Portland.
I think Russell Westbrook would be more happier with a Charlotte team than like a championship contender team. Like put him in Charlotte, like let him run wild and hoop with them young niggas, and if they get there, they get there. Like it's gonna mean more to him. Like y'all trying to put him under this little
it ain't working.
Like it's not him.
I want it to work.
Him.
I really want Russ to work in LA, but
I like Russ.
I do. And when they was doing, I made the jokes because Russ was playing like some trash during the series of last year. But I like Russ, and I feel like Russ can still hoop. He can still dunk on people if you letting him play his game. He can't play that Lakers game.
Yeah, like I don't think his attitude meshes well with LeBron and like the brand of the Lakers.
Oh yeah, nah.
I think he
the y'all niggas tripping guy.
Yeah.
LeBron would never.
Yeah.
He told them niggas they was tripping. You don't remember that shit? In the post game, and Russ was like, man, y'all niggas tripping. Like LeBron,
I ain't surprised the niggas saying that shit.
LeBron do say shit, but he only started saying that shit since he been like, 4-time champion. I love LeBron though. He said some say some wild shit about Kyrie too though. I'm kind of chill on LeBron.
He did.
He got the schools though, man. So it's hard to be mad at LeBron.
Yeah,
he's doing everything he's supposed to do.
As a black man, I feel like he's at the mountaintop.
Let me ask you this: do you agree that when you a person like Drake and LeBron, it's like niggas should already know that you saying shit just to be political?
Yeah.
And do you feel like we gotta have? Do you feel like we have to have them be like that?
I feel like two things. One, if you play on this side of the fence, you should already know. I feel like if you on that side with the Drake and the LeBrons, you should already know what it is. And I feel like the people who on the other side, like us, I gotta continue to show y'all like with I promise. Like I have to continue to show you. That way, like y'all can't say, "Oh nah," like fool on some other shit. Like he so
like I'm doing it for a reason. Like I'm doing it so I promise stay open.
Like I'm keeping these relationships so I can keep doing shit like this. Like if you ain't smart
but if you not doing that,
two and two together,
and you just brown nosing and shit, it's like
we can't do that.
You need to get the fuck out of here.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
but alright.
Yo, you have a lot of great talking points, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Like I really try to tap into the person. Like I try to learn the person. Like the music is cool. Like of course I'm a fan of the music first. Like that's how I got here. Like that's the door I walk through. But like more important than that is definitely the person. One question, one shot left on the table before we get out of here. Who has a better chance of making the finals, the Lakers or the Nets?
Damn, that's.
Pull that shit up, cuz. Pull that shit up. Pull that shit up, cuz.
They both suck. They both suck. That's a setup, man.
This gohardmikelee.
That's Made Forever Sy.
And this is Sit Down with Sy. Appreciate y'all for fucking with us. We out of here.
Don't need no contracts. I got supporters on my line, they want new music. Dreams lucid, Brody said he feel it too. Yeah, I got Team full of pieces, I'm the glue. Team full of pieces, I'm the glue.